G'day everyone, we're here to raise money again. If you don't donate, the dinosaur gets it, or the donkey, or whatever it is. Me and Nellie will be walking the Olivia Newton-John Wellness Walk on Sunday to raise money for the O&J Cancer and Wellness Centre at the Austin Hospital. I was going through some things and I found this interview from 2013, the day the centre opened actually, and I had a wonderful interview with Olivia that day. We talked about life and death and family and cancer and music, and it was a really great chat that I really enjoyed at the time. She had just lost her sister Rona, so it was quite poignant then and is quite poignant now. If you want to have a watch, please do, and if you want to donate, you can click somewhere in this post and you'll see a link to donate. You can donate as little or as much as you like. All proceeds going to the Wellness Centre at the Austin, which is a wonderful place, and Nellie and I will be walking on Sunday, yeah? Yeah. If you want to come down, Alexandra Gardens, Sunday morning. Thanks, guys.
Olivia, welcome and thanks for talking to us. When you see that big O on the building at the front, what does it mean to you? Is it it's bricks and mortar? Is that a different sensation for you too?
It's probably the best, most amazing billboard I'll ever have.
Better than gold and platinum.
Better than anything. Better than anything. Not that it's my name, but that it represents a cancer and wellness journey for people, because it has cancer and wellness, which is my dream.
Yeah.
And if it draws attention to that, that's what I'm happy about. And it's been incredible. It's been 10 years since we started talks with Austin Health about helping them to build a cancer centre, and then my dream to have the wellness centre, and here we are sitting in it, talking today.
Yeah,
it's really wonderful.
I wanted to ask you about your family, because I know when this first came up, you were reluctant to put your name on it, or to have it the Olivia part of the Newton-John on it. Is that right? Can you tell me that story and what your mum said?
Yeah, I was, I felt a little funny about it, because I thought, why should I have it on there, And then I went to see my mother, and I told her that they'd asked me to lend my name to a building, and I said maybe we should have the Newton-Johns, because my father was a professor at university, my brother's a doctor and all that. And she said, darling, if it's going to help people, you should do this. She was German and very practical, and my family really didn't want their names on it anyway. It turns out I asked them. So I agreed to it with a little trepidation in the beginning, but then I realized that you could open doors and help fundraise, and that was really the reason.
Today must be an important day for you with your family, because it's I hate to 60 years almost to the month that you stepped off a boat, the Newton-John family from
You're right.
the UK, 1953, I think, 54.
Oh gosh, yes, I was 5, so 52, 53, yeah.
So 60 years. And
wow.
Your family, sorry.
I hadn't thought about it. No, it's wonderful. How lucky am I?
And your family had quite an impact. Your dad, as you say, was at Melbourne University. Your mum was a very civic person, wasn't she? She was a famous letter writer to the Age.
Yes. Did you see them? Is there a file on my mum? No, she would write about, she was very concerned about the environment. She'd always be worried about the trees being chopped down in South Yarra and on her street, and botanical gardens was a great love of hers, and she was very concerned about everything that went on in the gardens. And no, she was great. I think I learned a lot from her about helping and being concerned and nature. She loved nature, and she always took me every weekend. We do something in the country, do something.
And you have a bench with her name on it in
I do in the gardens, yes.
Yeah. What does it mean to you? What would your obviously I know there's Newton-John's going to be here en masse today, I think, for that thing. But there's a lot of Newton-Johns who aren't here. Your dad, for example, who I know died from cancer the day that you were diagnosed. I know he saw you dance with Gene Kelly live on because I remember, I think you told me once before.
Yes, he did.
A lot of proud moments, but what would this be for him to see?
I think Dad he'd be very moved by this, and his, my sister and brother, my father married again, and so I have a brother and sister by his second marriage. They'll be here representing him, but I think he would be very proud. And Dad wasn't one to give out compliments easily, but he'd say, well done, Ducky, is what he would say.
And what's changed in that 21 years since you were diagnosed, since your father passed from cancer? What's changed in your attitude to cancer, your knowledge of cancer, and the way you see it, the way it affects people?
Well, yeah, it seems to be incredibly prevalent. I remember when I was first diagnosed, actually there were 2 other girls in my circle, I must say, who went through breast cancer, very close, or we went through it at the same time, but it seems to be very prevalent worldwide, and something that people talk about. Like 21 years ago, it was still a little bit the big C thing, where people didn't talk about it so easily, and particularly breast cancer. We're talking about your breast, and now, thank goodness, there's so much education that people are talking about all forms of cancer. For men, prostate and testicular cancer is no longer kind of hidden, and I think that's really healthy to educate people to early detection. Early detection can save lives, and also eating well and keeping a positive attitude, all the things that can keep you in good health and wellness, which is what this is about.
Which is what this centre's about.
Yeah.
Can you tell me when you lost your sister recently? I know that's been a great heartbreak for you. What did you learn from that experience again? Is it a constant learning of how you said goodbye to her particularly? Because I know it was quite quick.
Constant learning. My sister, Rona, was diagnosed, and it was a very aggressive form of brain cancer, and she passed very fast. And so I learned about caring for a person who's leaving, and the beautiful ways that you can help them, which I want to utilise in our palliative care centre, because, you know, people up until their last moments, the only thing, what I learned most about it was the most important thing is love and touch and humour and all the things that anyone can achieve, but just that personal love and tenderness with someone that's going through it is really, really important, and helps them not feel alone.
And music? Was there music?
Music, laughter, lots of good food, and lots of vodka.
Because your sister loved it. She loved to laugh, right? Didn't she?
She loved to laugh. That was our big connection as sisters, which I missed so much, was our laughter.
Yeah. I saw you on stage at the walk the other day, and you had Toddy, you had Brett, and
Fiona.
Yeah, Fiona.
Yes.
That must have been quite something to have her three kids.
It was fantastic. Her three. Emerson, who's her other son, is in America. They're paging me. No. But Brett Goldsmith, he's a wonderful musician. He played guitar for me, and we've actually recorded some tracks together that we're going to put out as a little EP. That over the years we've recorded songs together for fun, so we're going to put them out. Fiona is a very gifted healer and a yoga teacher, so she was doing yoga stretches. And Toddy, of course, is multi-talented. Shantuzi's singing, emceeing, and she led the day. So altogether it was a wonderful day with my beautiful, talented nieces and nephews.
Will the EP be a tribute to Rona? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes, well, it is really, yeah, because it's been a work with Brett that's been ongoing, and she heard the tracks as we've done them over the years.
And the palliative care unit named after your mum, that must be very special.
That's very special, and she would be very thrilled and very humbled, because she was a very quiet kind of person, but we've done a beautiful, Greg Cave, my friend who runs Gaia, the CEO there, and who's a very talented artist himself, has created this beautiful montage of the family, like a family tree, from my mum as you walk out of the elevator. It's really quite beautiful, and I think she'd be touched because she was a wonderful photographer, my mum.
Just one last one. When you were walking through the Gobi Desert in 58-degree heat, did you sometimes ever think, oh boy, we're never going to get there? Or did you always see the end in sight?
I never thought we wouldn't get there. Like when we were walking, you know, because you were there, we walked that 225 miles, and you know, we were sick, we were hot, we were cold, it was raining, and it was so much to go through, which is really like life. That's really just what life is like, what a cancer journey is like. So it's like, yes, we're going to get there, you just put one foot in front of the other, and eventually. And now that it's done, it doesn't seem like 10 years since we talked about it, but it is. And isn't that wonderful? But good things take time.
You'll be involved going forward? Yeah.
Absolutely, because we need to raise $2 million a year for the wellness programs, which is something that I will be involved in, and promoting this centre. I'm really proud. What an amazing place they build, and of the hundreds of people that work here, incredible staff, incredible carers. They're so committed to helping patients be well, and I hear from the patients when I'm walking around the wards how safe they feel and how cared for, which is really the important thing, to feel loved.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you so much.